What up? Happy Sunday. Um, so I've been really stressed, right? I mean, if you've watched any of these, this is supposed to be a journal, right? Well, I've been so stressed. And I had like 5 days that last week of the month where I didn't think it was gonna I didn't know. I was losing sleep, the whole nine. But I still kept my faith, and I still worked my ass off, and I still worked my program, and I still helped others. And I did everything I possibly could to just continue to be, trust. And all the way down to the last second, like down to the last hour, it all worked out. It all worked out. It's going to work out. It may not be exactly the way I want it to work out, but like my rent's going to get paid. My cars are going to get paid. And I just wasn't even sure if that shit was going to happen. And all I really wanted to do was isolate. All I really wanted to do was hide and not talk to anybody and not do. But I didn't do that. I grinded and I trusted, and I've been going to church again. There was like 2 weeks I missed a church. Just I'm doing this video because maybe there's somebody out there that'll stumble across this and they just don't feel like, maybe they're clean, maybe they're not. They just don't feel like they can do it anymore. They can handle it anymore. And I'm telling you that, that goes through my mind all the time. In the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, end of the month. But I don't get loaded. And I continue to do all the things I've been doing since I got clean. And it just keeps working out. And the one thing that held me together the most was that every time I started tripping, I started telling myself, man, why are you tripping? God's got you. God has me. And I didn't trip as much as I used to, but I still tripped, but not as much as I used to. And I could do this video at the end of every month, at the beginning of every month, and it would be the same. It has been. All that worry, all that shit, when it comes to people, places, and things, all of it, it all works out. And it's yo.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Have a good day.
Yeah, stay warm.
Thank you.
And it's just one of those things that as long as I keep trusting, everything's gonna work out. As long as I keep, I'm telling you, man, I wasn't sure. Like, my landlord ain't feeling it, but they're good. And there wasn't another call like, hey man, I can only pay, and I'll make a shit ton of mistakes, dude. People, Rodney, I make a lot of mistakes, but I don't give up, and I don't let go, and I don't lose faith, because trusting in my higher power, trusting in God, sometimes is all I have. It's all I have. And I go through these moments where I'm in a dark phase. I go through these moments where I think last week, 3 days ago, I just want to disappear. I reached out to somebody and said, man, I just feel like disappearing. And I reached out to another person. They said, you should pray. Have you done that yet? And I need these reminders. But then, you know, my boss goes over my thing with me and he's like, hey man, good fucking job. Here's, you know, where you're at. And I'm like, wow, it fucking worked out. And I'm truly grateful. And like when it works out, it's like my kids don't have to worry about the fucking bills. They don't have to worry about the house. They don't have to worry about food. You know, it's not about like what tattoo I'm gonna get next or what fucking shoes I'm gonna buy, or, you know, that stuff comes, but not during this time. You know, Christmas was fucking hard, and the holidays were rough. They were great. They were amazing. It's one of my favorites ever. From Halloween to birthdays to fucking Christmas to birthdays, it all was great. But don't get it twisted. It was fucking hard. And I didn't give up. And I didn't, like, how many times I want to quit my job? You know? How many times I want to just, like, stop? But you don't give up. And, like, today's sermon was, like, a great cherry on top of, like, all of it at church. You know? Like, God puts both feet into me. So why only put half? Why do I have one foot in, one foot out? And I'm working on that. And I'm learning to put both feet in. I've got both feet in most of the time. And some of the times that I don't, or when I need to have them in, those are the most important times. It's like when I don't want to go to the gym, I go to the gym. When I don't want to go to church, I go to church. When I don't want to go to a meeting, I go to a meeting. Those are the crucial times to do those things. So putting both feet in, trusting, that's a 24-hour, 7 days a week, if I want my life to be good, requirement. And yet, I don't. And I can sit here and say it's because I'm human, but it's because I don't trust. Because I'll trust as long as everything is going good. And when things start going bad, I start worrying. Because worrying, in terms of faith, is the opposite of trust. And I know the cliches, and I know the sayings, you know, worrying is sin. I heard somebody say worrying is arrogant. It means you don't trust in God. And they all sound great until, you know, until it's time. And this last couple of months, I have been really putting both feet in. Still making mistakes human-wise, but putting both feet into trust and not worrying. And so I haven't worried as much. All the way to the point to where I had this dream last night. Oh yeah, I was going to share about this. I had this dream last night that we had some new people that started. This person came in they're going to sell their car. An appointment, I showed them how to make it. I made the call, set the appointment, the whole nine. This new person, and then I had to use the bathroom. I went to go use the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom, and the receptionist is like, hey, your people are already here, but they're with him. And he looks over at me and smiles and winks at me like Peter's friend did on Spider-Man fucking 3, where like, I got you, I got your people. And then I just was so upset, and I'm just sitting there stewing. And then they're leaving, and I like run, connect with them, and I ask him a couple questions outside. He comes back in, and I'm like, yo, what about this? And he's like, yeah, if you could do that, I'd do this. And I'm like, cool. And I go into the managers, and then I just like beat on the managers because like they let that happen. And then I woke up, didn't know what, I didn't get to finish the deal. I wanted to go back, so I tried to go back to sleep to finish the deal. And then I sat there, and I'm like, man, I'm not working today. Why am I dreaming about, like, this is just work? And so I wrote. And here's what I came up with. You know, that dream can mean so many things, but I know what it means. For like maybe 13 years, at least 11 or 12, I have been struggling with this addiction thing, like where it's bad, where the treatment centers moving, all of it. I haven't had a regular ass dream in a very long time, that long. And I remember when I used to have those dreams, and I would talk to people and say, man, I fucking work, go home, deal with the kids, which is work, go to bed, and now I'm dreaming about work. It's like, can't I have some excitement in my life? And I remember looking up at the sky and saying, I just want excitement. I'm tired of being a robot. And then bam. And there was a time in my active addiction where I prayed that I could just have a regular dream like I used to. And I got one. And then I woke up mad. And then I woke up and I wrote, and I thought, finally. You know, finally. Just a cardio. Just a regular Wednesday cardio. Not me running away from people who are saying I'm getting loaded again. Not me freaking trying to stop somebody else from getting loaded. None of that shit. Not a relationship, somebody fucking around on me, or somebody doesn't like me, or any of that. Just a regular ass 9 to 5. Well, I don't work 9 to 5, but a regular ass, long ass shift work day. And I am so grateful for that dream. So, life can get back to a little bit of what you thought it would be like if you decide to get better. It'll get back to a little bit of normalcy if you continue to put in the work. And I am grateful for my clean time, my recovery, and the people that are in my life currently. I'm grateful for the people that are going to come into my life too. And I'm grateful that I don't have to live in the dark anymore. And that I can have a random ass dream about some normal ass shit. It's okay. It's going to all work out. If you let it. If you're willing to put it in. Put in that grind. You got this.